What's up, everybody? Fans of Yen Press, Bofuri, thanks for watching our video. A few months back, we took some questions on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to ask Bofuri creator Yuumikan, and now we have them, and we're gonna read them off to you, or I'm gonna read the questions, and we have a couple of people to read the answers, and who better to read the answers than one of the editors of the Bofuri light novel and the voice actress of Maple herself, the English voice actress of Maple herself. So Ivan, Megan, why don't you two introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'll get started. My name's Ivan. You may remember me from our last video, but I also edit the Bofuri light novel, which is very fun, and I'm happy to read these answers to you guys.
Hi, my name is Megan Shipman. I am the English voice of Maple in Bofuri on Funimation. And Yen Press was super awesome. And I really wanted to do something with them because I was excited because the manga and the light novels were coming out in English. And I was like super hyped because I love Bofuri and I loved working on it. So I'm really excited that they were down to reach out and do a fun video together. So yay!
All right, so without further ado, we're going to read off the answers to the questions that you all asked on social media, starting with this one. So, thank you for all your hard work creating Bofuri. How did you take a common light novel theme and come up with such an original, delightful story?
I guess I'll take this first one. And Yuumikan's answer was, I just looked at the things I like that other people like and tried to put those into the story. The response was much better than I'd anticipated, and I'm still surprised.
All right, next question. How long does it take to finish writing a volume?
The answer that the lovely Yuumikan said was maybe 50 hours. That may not be accurate.
Many light novels that deal with gaming feature male protagonists. What made you decide to give Bofuri a female protagonist?
Yuumikan's answer was, that's just what I wanted to write, which, perfect.
Right, next question. Bofuri has a lot of comedic moments. How are you able to add those funny parts in so smoothly? And how do you come up with these silly approaches to such an overpowered protagonist? Maple exceeds expectations in some of the most creative and hilarious ways.
Yuumikan's answer for this one was, the comedy mostly comes from Maple. I think that's the natural result of her unexpected ideas for how to win battles. But her approaches are always unorthodox, and there's any number of more typical routes to get ahead. I try to maintain balance by making it clear that following conventional strategies would get you to the same place. I'm glad you think her abilities are hilarious, though. I always hope people will laugh at the same things I do.
So next question is, do you have a favorite Bofuri character?
Yuumikan's answer is, unsurprisingly, Maple and Sally are my favorites. They're the main characters after all.
Speaking of Maple, is there any specific reason you chose the name Maple?
Yuumikan said, no real story to it. Nothing beyond Maple being a translation of her real name, Kaede.
All right, next question. Which of Maple's abilities is your favorite?
Yuumikan says, that's a tough question. They're all irreplaceable, so I'd have to go with all of them.
All right, this next one might be the most important question of this Q&A. How did you make me fall in love with a 2D turtle?
Exactly. Yuumikan's answer was, I think a big part of this is definitely how appealing the voice acting was.
All right, the next question. Is Bofuri based on the kind of game you would like to play, or is it style after games you already have experience with?
So Yuumikan says, certainly, my own gaming experience has been an influence, but when it came to writing this story, I tried to imagine what sort of game Maple and Sally would want to play, and ended up with this. The story required it to be this kind of game. I'm hoping that the ending will make that very clear.
Next up, do you have any favorite hobbies or things you enjoy doing?
Yuumikan says, I read a fair bit and try to get my exercise in as well. I enjoy basketball in particular.
Next up, do you like to travel? Is there any place you'd like to visit?
Yuumikan says, I would like to, but I always seem to end up not for one reason or another. I do like traveling, though, whether alone or in groups.
How is your day?
Yuumikan says, I usually play some games and read a bit. Then I take that as input and churn out a productive output. Then rinse and repeat.
Next up, were you surprised by the anime's popularity? Are you pleased with how the anime adapted your story?
Yuumikan says, thoroughly satisfied. I think the novels, manga, and anime each have an appeal of their own. And the anime made a few tweaks that really resulted in impressive payouts. I could never have done that on my own, so I'm constantly astonished by the power of the anime staff.
So, next question. How did you and Jiro Oimoto meet? And that's the mangaka of the manga adaptation of Bofuri. Did you know them before they were chosen to draw the manga? And did you choose them, or was it decided by someone else?
Yuumikan said, I was introduced by the editors during discussions about the manga adaptation. I had them draw a few pictures of the characters, and they really captured Maple and Sally.
All right, next one. Do you know how you'd like the Bofuri series to end? Are you planning on keeping it going for a while?
Yuumikan says, I do have a plan for the ending, and I'd like it to end in proper Bofuri style.
Next question. Were you excited for your novel and its manga adaptation to get an English language release?
Yuumikan says, of course, if nobody reads a novel, then it only belongs to the author. The more new readers it reaches and entertains, the better.
All right, last but not least. Do you have any advice for aspiring light novel writers?
And Yuumikan's answer is start writing whenever you get the chance. The results will be your story. Something only you can write. Take that first step and go on to do something better than I ever could.
Sweet. Well, that's it for today. So big thanks to Yuumikan for answering these questions.
Thank you, Yuumikan.
Ivan and Megan for being Yuumikan for this Q&A.
It was a pleasure being Yuumikan.
Yes, thank you.
And of course, thank you to the fans who provided the questions, and thank you for your support for such a great series. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Be sure to check our adaptation of the Bofuri manga and light novels, and be sure to check out the Bofuri English dub from Funimation. Until next time.